and for our mindfulness meditation together. Just be still. Just let your body be still. As still as it comfortably can be is good enough. Let it have the time to find and feel the stillness, the physical stillness. And let your body breathe all by itself, nose, tummy breathing with your lips together, just letting your body find its own rhythm. And with your eyes closed and your mind awake, the invitation in this meditation is to consciously and deliberately choose some new words, a new story, some elements of a new story, or maybe even an entirely new story about something that occurred in your past, something that was perhaps difficult at the time, difficult to live through, difficult to experience. Something that even to this day, whenever you think about it, the story that you tell yourself about those events creates discomfort and uncomfortable emotion in your body even to this day. Maybe many years since the event originally took place. Changing your story, changing the story that you have told yourself in the past about what happened changes the emotions that you feel about that event. The details of the event can remain the same, unaltered if you wish. The meaning that you have taken, the beliefs that you have taken from those events can change instantly. And the intention with this meditation is for you to change some or all of those beliefs. Just one change is more than enough to change the story or a portion of your story in a subtle and minimal way, enough to change the emotion that you feel about those events in your body, in real time, in the here and now. So, first of all, let me invite you to choose a single word, a word that describes the emotion that you would like to feel about that particular event. An event you've chosen that really occurred in your past, that you'd like to feel either a positive or a neutral emotion about. It might be easier to feel a neutral emotion than a positive one. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to offer you some words that you can use to create a new story. And with your listening skills, your listening ability, as you hear the words, you will know if they are useful to you or not. You will also know if these words trigger new words of your very own. You'll also know that you can change these words to suit your own emotional choice. So, let me offer you some words. Already your story is changing just because you're exploring the idea of changing it. The change has already begun. So, words and sentences, phrases like, I was innocent. I was not at fault at all. I was completely blameless. I am completely blameless. I was learning. I made a mistake. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's more than okay to make mistakes. It's important. It's a natural part of life and learning, just like breathing, eating, or sleeping. I acknowledge my learning status, that I am still learning to this very day, and I was definitely learning about myself and life at the time. I am innocent. I forgive myself. I let myself off the hook. Because in fact, there's nothing to forgive myself for. I did nothing wrong. I was and still am just a human being, learning as I go along, discovering, and learning how to live life happily and well. The proof of this is that here today, I am much wiser because of my learning, because of the learning I've taken from many situations. I am now living a happier and healthier life than I did back then, because I'm an evolving, learning being. I am free to choose to see my past in any way that I wish. No one can tell me or dictate to me how I see my past. Others are free to choose how they see, how they judge my past and indeed their own. I am free to choose my own story about my past, about the events that really did take place. I now choose to acknowledge my learning status as a student from the moment I was born to this very moment here and now. I will always be a student in a process of learning. And as such, I am allowed to make mistakes. I am allowed to get it wrong. It's okay that I make mistakes and get it wrong. And in fact, more than that, it is right to make mistakes and to learn from them, to grow in wisdom, to grow in knowledge and understanding, so that we can choose our behavior wisely, consciously, and deliberately to benefit ourselves and others. I now choose a new story about the very same events in my past. A story that uplifts me, makes me feel balanced, makes me feel okay about myself. I can choose a story that makes me feel wonderful about myself if I wish. Just the way I was and just the way I am right now. Still learning, still growing, still making mistakes. I acknowledge that sometimes us human beings, including myself, most specifically, have to make the same mistake more than once to give ourselves time to extract the learning and the wisdom from those actions and the mistakes themselves. I free myself right now from any words that describe myself in any negative way. I now make the decision for myself to always describe myself and my past and my actions in either a neutral or a positive way, using either neutral or positive words to describe my actions, thoughts, circumstances. I was innocent. I forgive myself. I am a student. I am proud of my conscious student status. I am a learning being. And I acknowledge my authority to choose my words, my story, and my description of the events that took place in the past. The details of the events can remain the same, but now you are free. Notice the light coming in through your eyelids. Feel your body weight supported, resting. And when you're ready, open your eyes and notice how good you feel.